So today we're going to attempt to replace this double sink in the RV. And the reason why we're replacing this double sink is because while it's a smart move for most people to have a double sink, and I know it's to conserve water because you want to wash on one side and rinse on the other, problem is when I'm washing dishes in here, and I like to use good dishes or good pots and pans, this is one of my favorite pots to use. It just doesn't fit in here. So when I go to wash it, you know, it's a little challenging, especially when you need to soak it, it just doesn't fit inside here. And then even if I do get to wash it, it's just hard to rinse it without having the water get all over the place. So I much prefer to have a single sink, and I found a solution by, you know, just putting a small bucket inside here. So if I want to wash things, I could put things in a little bucket to wash them separately. So I don't need this divider in the middle because this really gets in the way. So I'm looking forward to having a single sink in here, and I can't wait for Bill to work on this. So that's going to be the next part of this video, is going to be Bill taking the sink out, putting the new sink in, and let's see what happens.
So this is our new single sink, which is going to make Lori, my wife, very, very happy because she'll be able to wash all of her pots and pans and do it with plenty of ease and convenience. So we're going to take this sink out, put this one in. I'll have to do a little bit of plumbing underneath for the drain, but it should be relatively simple, I hope. And hopefully it'll only be one trip to Home Depot. Usually when I do plumbing, it's a lot more than that, but it should be simple enough. So let's remove the old stuff. First, you got to remove the clips underneath that hold the sink in. All right. Voila.
Yay!
Let's just do a quick test. It should go on the back end.
Ruh-roh. It's hitting the wood on the top, this ledge. There you go.
You okay with that?
Well, I mean, it's not going to fit. You're going to get water underneath the edge of the sink, right? So we may need to move that faucet a little bit.
Can't move the faucet a little bit. There might be a little bit of play in it.
from.
What's that?
Yeah. I'm thinking let's take off this bar. And instead of shaving the back of the sink, shave the back of this wooden bar. It's interesting, the styrofoam in here.
Mm-hmm.
This is.
Let's make it lightweight. It's fine, though.
See? There you go.
Much better. Okay. Before I do that, I'm going to put this sink in. Let me just screwdriver the clips. So this sink is a little bit different. The other sink had clips on the underside, which allowed you to kind of secure it in. And then it had this foam pad because the edge was beveled over. The sink that we have is more of a flush fit. So what I'm going to do is, since I can't get these clips mounted to the new sink and secure properly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this foam so that it's not sitting up higher. And then I'm going to run a bead of silicone around it, drop the sink in, we'll let that cure, and then we'll be good to go. Sound good?
Perfect.
Awesome. Should be fun.
This is good. It fits nice and flush now.
Mm-hmm.
Much better.
Do you see how, by taking all that out,
Mm-hmm.
like, that's how much had to come out.
Right.
Okay, so I need, it's going to be like a 4-inch piece. And then from here to here, take a foot. Oh, this is adjustable. That's right. I can make it longer. That works. So I just need a downspout. You need caulk.
Caulking and what?
So we just need caulking, or silicone I should say, to put the sink in, and then the piece that mounts to the drain to our P-trap here.
Okay.
So we're good to go.
All right.
Hopefully. Going a nice straight line like I'm doing. Silicone is laid down. And we're going to drop our sink in. Kind of like Operation. Remember that game?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to hit the sides. That's good. Make good contact. Oh. And squeeze it out the sides. So now we're going to put in the sink strainer here. Snug that down good. And now we just have to set up our P-trap and connect it to the bottom, and then we should be good to go, ready to reconnect the water so I don't spill it all over the bottom of the cabinet again. Is that good? So we're going to set up our piping for the drain. Make sure that it does not leak. There's a nut at the top and a nut at the bottom. That's it. Oops. That way, goes out. This goes this way. Connect this to the bottom. Throw that washer in there. Do not over tighten, so it's nice and snug. And then we set up our P-trap. That's up on the top. Connect this on the bottom. Tighten this too. Okay, it's snug. I think. Now hopefully it doesn't leak. So let's see, turn the water back on. Just take a quick look, make sure that everything's connected. Make sure we didn't miss anything here. Use the flashlight. Make sure we got no leaks. Everything seems to be working properly. Nothing seems to be dripping. A little coming out of the bottom of it. Let's do a real test. Put the plunger in. I'm gonna fill up with some water. So we filled the sink up with a little bit of water just to make sure that we get a lot of flow coming through and make sure that there's no leaks. So I'm going to pull the strainer here. Now that we have a decent amount coming through here, We can see if we have any water, any dripping. And I don't see anything. So there you go. That
Good to
is
go.
one single sink fully installed without leaks. How's that? You happy, baby?
I am very happy. So now that the sink is in, let's see if it fits the pan. And it does perfectly.
How about that?
So this is cool. So now I can soak the pan if it needs to be soaked. I can fit other dishes in here. And, well, we have stuff in here, but this is what I was talking about. So,
Don't mind the garbage inside there.
so if I wanted to soak anything small, like, you know, the utensils, whatever, I could just fit this in here. I could soak those separately. I can wash them. I can put them in there. I can soak them in here, whatever I need to do. So I can just kind of take this in and out, but then I still have a nice big sink. So I'm sorry. I know some people like their double sinks. I prefer my single sink. I like to have a nice big sink that I can put things in, that I can wash on, have splashing all over the place.
Yeah,
So
you could bathe Bailey and Ringo in it now
we
too.
could put the dogs in here. That's right.
How about that?
That's a good point.
The doggy bath.
The doggy bath. So I'm really happy. This works out great. Thank you.
You're
and
welcome.
It's so nice to have a handy husband.
And it's so nice to be a handy husband.
Anyway, so good job. Awesome.